Sonic Frontiers Update 3 is only a few days away, and it's crazy to realize that this game is about to be much different than it was at launch, as well as the fact that this will be the last time that the game gets any major update to it, and if you love Sonic, subscribe right now. For Update 3, we know that there will be new playable characters, a new Super Sonic called Super Sonic 2, and a new storyline. We also know that Uranus, the 5th island, is going to have some major changes to it. Moro Kishimoto, the director of Sonic Frontiers, confirmed a while ago on Twitter by saying, "However, as everyone has pointed out, I also agree that the climax of the Uranus Island, which is the largest island, lacks excitement and becomes repetitive. We are currently working on an update for this issue as well." Obviously, we know of some leaks that show us the so-called dungeon rooms where below 4 new towers on Uranus Island, there will be some new enemies to battle, followed by a mini final titan. After beating each of those titans, you will receive a small power-up, and when you have all 4 power-ups, you can then fight the new Supreme as Super Sonic 2. Uranus Island is mostly cut content from Kronos Island because after playtesting they decided to cut Kronos into 3 islands, and the most disappointing of all 5 islands is Uranus because it is so repetitive, not to mention it has a crappy final boss. So what could they do to make this even better? Well, I think that they're going to be completely changing up all the puzzles and the story progression of the island. I think it also is a good idea if they add the playable characters in a way where each character has certain puzzles on Uranus Island that can be done kind of like Sonic Adventure 1 and Sonic Adventure 2, where they are specifically tailored to those specific characters' abilities, such as Tails flying over objects, Knuckles punching some enemies or climbing over obstacles, and Amy using her hammer in a way that's like whack-a-mole or some other clever way where rather than just attacking enemies the same way as Sonic does. From the final update teaser trailer, we learned that Amy, Knuckles, and Tails go off on their own adventure and seek the Chaos Emeralds, so this is likely how the plan is going to be put into place. If you remember from the last update, they added an acceleration meter which basically tells Sonic when to stop so he does not go too far off of an object, and I think that this could be a good concept to use for the 3rd update because in cyberspace, you know that the controls are very slippery, so if they can redefine cyberspace and perhaps make some modifications and changes to make it run a bit more efficient, like perhaps adding customizable options so you can tweak cyberspace manuals to make it run much more like it does in the open world part of the game. Another suggestion I have is that Uranus is too much like Kronos Island, so perhaps they should retexture it as like a snow island, or better yet, put it in the sky, because after all, Uranus, the actual name itself, is based on the Greek god of the sky in mythology. I also think Update 3 could benefit if they did something with the parry tool, because it is often too powerful, and I think with these new challenges that will be in Uranus Island, they could potentially make some better usefulness of the parry tool. Lastly, I think that they should bring back some of the old Guardians of the game that were originally cut because they were harder versions of existing enemies in the game. They are basically just retextured versions that are like more of a golden color, but they are a little bit harder, but still at the same way have similar game mechanics, and it was interesting that they were left in the game files, so it would be easy for Sega to add them. Much like the spin dash and files for Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, this could be a hint at what's next. In conclusion, all I care about is that Sonic Frontiers feels as good to play and is a lot of fun, and I hope that Update 3 can make the game even more better so that it is playable in the way that it was truly meant to be, and Sonic Frontiers is one of the best Sonic games and I can't wait for it to get even better. That's gonna do it for this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and remember, you gotta go fast!
But every night it just stays the same in my dream.